Thank you to DS39 at the Data School UK for creating us this challenge this week. So we're working with some data from the nut house. So this is our input step here, and here's how that data is looking when we start off. So we've got these locations written down here for London, Liverpool and Manchester, but they're looking a little bit messy. So let's go ahead and tidy that up. So if we go to our menu here and say group values, then let's do it by spelling and see how that works out. That works out to group together the locations into the correct groupings, but we actually might want to just go through and rename some of those as well. So London isn't spelled right, it's spelled with zeros and O's, capital O's instead of the lowercase ones, so we'll just spell that as London. And then Liverpool, we just need to swap around the R and the E there. Okay, so now these are looking like well-spelt location names. So we can hit our done and see that that's all been done. I'm just going to delete the change here because that's actually what's happened in the next step here. So there we go, all nice and nice and grouped together and cleaned now. So what we've got at the moment is we've got our categories, so these measures in one field and the values associated with those measures in another field. We'd rather have a field for each of these instead. So we're going to do a pivot step. So we change this from columns to rows to columns. We drop the category in the top section and we drop the value into the bottom section. And now we've got 12 rows where we had 36 rows before, and we've got one field now for weight, price per pack and quantity. Brilliant. Now we can go ahead and create our revenue field. So our revenue is just our price times by our quantity. So we just create that calculated field using the button up here, and we can write out that price times by quantity. So we get our revenue. Awesome. Now we're ready to go to look at each location individually. So we want to know what each location's total revenue is. So we use an aggregate step. So we first of all use our location in our grouped field section, so drag that into the grouped field section, and then we drag our revenue over into the aggregated field section on the right hand side. Finally, we also want to know what the average price per pack of these nuts are, so we're going to drag over an average price per pack field, so our price per pack, and then we change it to be an average rather than a sum here. And finally, we just want to make sure this is rounded to 2 decimal places instead of 3. So we create a calculated field where we're naming it the average price per pack, and we round that price per pack to 2 decimal places, and then we can get rid of our original price per pack, and that is how we have it. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed DS39's first foray into Tableau Prep, and thanks very much for watching.